only right, baby. Yeah, why you mad? I got a bad bro. Name hot in these streets, no Tabasco. But I'm so stubbed, that's a fact, yo. And if you think I'm frontin', you can run it back, yo. Go on, run it back. You know that I run it. Everything you wanna do, I already done it. And I got your little boo telling me she love me. I got this one, that one. Damn, it's gonna be a long night. Yeah. You know. I said, damn, it's gonna be a long night. Yeah, let's go. Look. I told Shorty drop it for a real one. Yeah. Go ahead and pop it, let me feel some. Do it for the boy with a bag now. Movie star money making everybody act out. I don't lie to these women, if I want them then I tell them. Don't get fly for these women, I was born with these propellers. All my haters cannot beat me, so I call them acapellas. See, I'm only getting better, you only get jealous. You know that I run it. Everything you wanna do, I already done it. And I got your little boo telling me she love me. I got this one, that one. Damn, it's gonna be a long night. You know, I got this one, that one. Damn, it's gonna be a long night. Yeah. MD. JPB. You already know, baby. Yeah. I said, I already done it. Everything you wanna do, I already. You know that yeah. I said, you know that yeah. Damn, it's gonna be a long night.
Yo, what's up? How is everyone doing? It's Tuesday, that means it's Brute Scrims. This is the premier lobby of the Brute Weekly Scrim. We've got a good number of teams tonight. We've got team number 6, Kuma, 7 Elites, Drunk Bandits, Latalis for team 9, AMZ Seals, team 11 YMCA, Nick's Level for team 12, team 13. Behind you, I believe. Yep, and team 14, Team Kingsman. Tip Top Teletubbies, which is also CN1. We've got 3 agents, team 16. Team 17, MCES. Let's keep going down that list. Team 18, Red Zone Gaming. Daruma, Team 19. Team 20, Beast Mode. Team 21, Only the Best, only rocking a trio tonight. Team 22, 55 Ninja, supposedly. Although the names do confuse me a little bit. Sort out your clan text, mates. 23, Limbo. That is actually, they actually didn't turn up. So Team 24, Spaces. 25, God Ultimate. We've seen quite a few of these teams last week as well. So let's see how they do. We've got a flight path from just under prison area to just under Primosk this time. So pretty south zone right now. Looking forward to that phase 1 circle. A lot of these north parts of the map will be pretty free should these teams get that early vehicle to make it work for themselves. We've got Kuma taking Milta Power, but with a little bit of a contest over the factory area as well. So should action break out, I'm going to bring you all over there. The classic Unicorns of Love split from Team 9, Latalis there. Got a bit of contest between Daruma as well as YMCA over Milta. Prison behind you has it to themselves. A bit of a split over Shelter for Tip Top Teletubbies, and no contest for 7 Elites. MCES going for that very north rotation. Seems like they've got the vehicle already to make it there. Military base claimed by AMZ. Gods taking the Rift. The coast compounds there. Some action is happening already between Red Zone Gaming. They've already lost one, but they are now pulling away. They've got a UAZ and a buggy, so they can just drift away there. The phase 1 circle has popped. Given is a pretty south plane path, a lot of these north faces cross the river to the north of Yasnaya will still be up for grabs. So good to see some of these teams having that heads up rotation already. OTB claiming Primosk for themselves. Some of these split drops are very nice to see. Really down to how these teams check those parachutes as they're dropping, as well as scouting around. Beast Mode driving past Next Level Esports. YMCA taking a knock as well. Head over to Milta right now. They've taken 2 kills, and Daruma going to continue this game as a duo, unfortunately. Bear with me, chaps. There's a lot of action going on, and yep, it's my first time streaming this scrim, so if you lot like it and Brute likes it, like the quality of it, I will get to know all of you a lot more, so we will get to see more of that pattern of that, the preferred drop locations, your primary, your secondary ones, and it also allows these teams, if they keep facing each other in Brute scrims or even other scrims, to really form those tactics, right, to pin down some of these teams, take these kill points. Brute is... So prop to Brute, right? A lot of other scrims are still using the oat system, but they are using the new PMC or PMGC scoring system now. So it's really hard to say if it's a better one, but seems like kill points are quite valuable now. It really changes the dynamics of the game. So placement's point being harder to grab maybe is better when you're out of zone to just play that spoiler road to take some more knocks. And here we've got Team 9, the Talus, suffering one loss already. Royman being very low, cooking that nade. Seems like there's no one there at where he's trying to nade. Kuma dipping away, pretty low on health at the moment with no mess at all. Doesn't stop him from taking those shots. With that 10% HP with his M4 in hand, 3 times scope, maybe he can still make something work. Cooking that beautiful nade. Would that be off somebody? Actually just missed it. He is not scared though, and I think that is just the punishment that he has to receive when there's no other backup around him yet, no other teammates to cover those defensive angles. He will just go down, and just in the blink of an eye, Kuma have lost 2 of their players. The action has not stopped. Can Kuma, as one of the duo members remaining for Team 6, be able to deliver some pain? Pain trying to do a little bit of that work there. Will he be able to deliver that pain? Will that be worth it? Since his teammate Worth It is basically taking a different off angle with no cars next to him, but just hiding behind this rock right here. So if things go south, he can't really escape, especially when he has no mets or vehicles around him. On the other hand, we've got 7E fighting with Nick's level. Payne almost taking one down in the 1v2. Seems like it's very hard to get out of this alive. LTJ2 are holding that watchtower in case Payne walks back just that little bit. He will be prone to another player as well. Now we've got Worth It, knowing that it's not worth it to stay, running away now, doing his little shoulder lean. Pretty fancy work here. He's still in zone, so maybe the play here is to wait it out, and let's not stay here for too long, because seems like 7E is just fragging it out right now, fighting around this very common overlooking 360 compound to the west of Mansion here. Nyx, 3 down, 1 up. Gonna be a very hard one. And AMZ being the team that had a pretty uncontested drop over at military base, have lost 2 players going into from a car explosion. But here we go on this side as well. 7 elites taking out Nick's level. Having a pretty good compound, so a very strong one for this phase 1 and 2. A lot of these teams have made their way into this circle. A very little contest around the Stelba Savoni area, so it heads up play to avoid that early combat zone, which will be the South Ridge. Still got Team 14 hanging around the South Georgia Port area, only the best going for a very wide rotation on the west coast. Got some fans of Beast mode coming in. Seems like your team's still doing all right with this 3-minute delay, and I'll try my best to interact with you all. Space is still hanging around Pachinki. Although there are many of these very strong areas around it, the Pachinki Hills can provides a lot of opportunity to gatekeep. Potato Hills up for grabs, although it's not quite center zone. And good rotation from Red Zone Gaming here, leaving Saverni, coming into Yasnaya. It's not going to be an easy rotation as that trio, Beast Mode, fighting and taking a knock. Red Zone is playing as a trio right now and losing one on this rotation. Beast Mode, very heads up play, knowing the angles around this part to this to the northeast of school area, with these very strong dips that we see in competitive play, completely catching these rotations out. And Red Zone, we carry on as a duo, and still a lot of cover from this gas station area, with still 2 cars and a Dacia up for grabs. So if they really need to rotate, that will be doable as well. And there's not much rotations that they have to make as per now. There's also another buggy if they have a pretty if these 2 UAZs they have are pretty low on health, and we will have to face 2 circle very soon. And look at all these teams still stuck around South Georgia Pool. It's not a problem per se, since if we look through the inventory of these players, they can definitely use a little bit more meds, and pretty low on boost as well. And oh, I'm actually looking at the wrong team. I'm sorry. And yep, Team Kingsman right here, still hanging around this area, 2,000 meters from the phase 2 circle, which would continue to shift north. So some of these teams who have they've given up Saverni, given up Stalber, right? All these very common hill area to hold with a very good high ground of a 360 view. They are now further away from it, so it might be a little bit of a hard job right now to just claim it back, especially for Red Zone. We also saw MCES, right, coming down from Stalber. They may opt in to go back up north, but very heads-up rotation from Team 22 as well, doing that very textbook clockwise wide rotation to go to the north side of this phase 2 circle. Beast Mode want to capitalize on this. They know is only at least they know is they've lost 1 player on the side of Red Zone, and doing 1 more knock, just like pushing straight away. With that 1 guy up, can Red Zone do anything? Seagoon knocking 1. Can he clutch this out with the jump shot with the AK and flush 1 as well? He's got heals. He's got good amount. Got 2 first dates. He can play this out, slowly healing up. Where is the rest of Beast Mode? Can they just confirm this kill, or are they going for that revive? Footsteps are given away. Seagoon pushing in, but unfortunately can't clutch that further, but nonetheless a very good play. C and Montelli-Tubbies fighting to the north side of northeast side of Yasnaya, around the roads, which is actually a very strong spot to choke out these main roads that a lot of these teams like to take to access to this high ground on the north side. Let's look at all these teams who are trying to rotate. Daruma still on the south side around Milton, not moving yet. I wonder if they have the vehicles to make that rotation, and not very high on Mets as well. Just trying to look at how all these teams like to take the small dips of power position around. This area is very open. It really comes down to the groundwork of stopping and scouting whenever possible, using the dips to keep their cars safe, and so they have these mobile metal shields coming into the late game. And Space is fighting Gods right now. Gods as a trio still doing a lot of work, and like Teletubbies CN1 facing some resistance as well. Losing 2 on the side of Spaces, trying to dip out of this east side of Yasnaya, very open area. We should know better actually. With this bit of a landscape, is very hard to get out of alive. With Yasnaya in the zone for the past circle and for this one as well, is very hard to get out of this east side. Okay, very powerful building that a lot of teams favor. This bit right here open to the east side, very hard to get past without being punished. Free agents after taking a 15th position last week, hopefully doing better and coming back stronger this week. And this east side of Yasnaya, as I said earlier as well, a lot of those small compounds, sufficient cover to protect vehicles, are heavily favored by a lot of teams right now, and they might just be patiently waiting for the next rotation. For these type of slightly higher tier play, we've got a good number of tier 1, 2 teams in this lobby, and a lot of these teams are not waiting any longer, right? Taking these good positions within the circle a bit early to avoid being reverse gate kept wherever they go on the next shift, which will happen in 30 seconds. AMZ Weed fighting around the Yasnaya region once again. And there we go, pretty hard next circle, but to be fair, there's not a lot to be taken for the coming zone when it comes to hard cover, I mean. And so a lot of these teams have to shift north. CN1 pushing into Stelba area to these houses that has got a lot of potential to hold, but from experience, very hard to hold down. Like, seems like whatever teams takes these, in the scrims that I've faced before as well, very hard to defend all the different angles. Look at all these landscapes and ridgeline on the side that teams can use, pull up and out of like car audio render range as well, to just use that third person peek to scout and scout. CN1 taking that win and eliminating another squad and sitting very comfortably in the Stelba area. I really wonder if they're going to hold here for longer. Beast Mode fighting again against Team Kingsman. 2 knocks and making a bit of a rotation. Grillis here. Let's see what he does for himself. He can find that side angle. He knows they are there with that knock. The revive's been completed, but the nades are coming in. Not really cooking those nades though. Maybe that will be suboptimal right there. But Cyrex cooking that nade again. Continue to put this pressure. And okay, am I having a stroke or something? They actually have an AFK sitting comfortably in the car, very fancy right here, and one of the most underused and unpredictable tactics here. Sitting in that car and not being able to support his team, obviously, and Team Kingsman going down. I wonder if they spot that AFK. This might just be a very good mana play here. I think Beast Mode know they are there. Pushing up one guy being very low on Team Kingsman. Pushing up, but getting not very patiently waiting for that, using the third person perspective peek, very patiently holding it, but they really need to heal up now. Do they have any meds? Will that smoke be enough? We're not sure. Notorious should get the revive now, and with Prove still sitting in the car with 1 health. This is taking a bit too long. I thought these teams are going to be a lot more decisive around this. YMCA doing some work over here and fighting 7E to this east edge of the circle. KR cooking that nade against where the smoke is, which is one of the things about smokes as well is you don't give a very clear path for shots, but it makes throwables a lot more easy, right, to land. So YMCA choking out the remaining players of 7E. Where is the third guy? He's holding a bit of a high ground for a bit of an off angle, but we already have the faithful circle. Flushing out one of 7E. YMCA, good work there. They have 1 minute or so to wrap up this fight. So this is the time for them to demonstrate. There we go. They've knocked the guy with the overlook. What can Thermal do right here? He's got no first aids, very damaged gear, and only 3 bandages. This should be a oh, that should be a wrap. It's time to take that 1 kill point with that thirst. He takes it, but go down as we expected. A northwestern shift to this next phase, and it just doesn't stop between Team Kingsman and I really need to know these names better, sorry. Beast Mode. Beast Modes take another one, and with that 1 team kill, Notorious trying to do his or her best to survive in this game. This might be the time to switch the plan up a little bit, being the solo, but sitting in a very good compound. He really needs to have that trigger discipline right now, not to give any more information away as to reveal his position, and then he can still grab those placement points. There's still 12 teams remaining in this lobby. ANZ Lions as the remaining duo coming into the south edge now, but they may just run into the gods. They have this ridge line, they have their little Christmas present, which they claimed, and but they're making a lot of sounds as well. Will they be able to capitalize on this? Seems like no. AMZ, I am completely wrong. They were not by a car explosion, I think, but they were able to reset that completely. Let's have a look at how AMZ plays this. Very good knock. They're finding another one. Rebel saying, this is not Christmas for you, but it is for me. Still holding out of the zone a little bit. This phase 5 circle is hurting, so that might be the better plan, less as Rebel is doing healing up and just doing that rotation. Look at this crazy Nyx circle right here. 1 minute and 30 seconds to go, and with this crazy hard shift to the north, this will be once again those games with the heal tactics, the smokes and the cars. Rebel trying to time his meds very well, but we've got more than these 50-60 meters to go. We've got further to go. How many cars do these teams have will be the key to their winning. CN1 doing very well for themselves, using a very good formation with 2 leading the way to scout a little bit, getting that anchorage point in the circle with 1 staying behind as the spoiler, but being the trio, they decided to just pull away and group up. AMZ actually not doing so well, holding around that south edge for a bit too long. They got half a minute, 3 knocked right now. Where is the remaining member there? Such a hard bit to play with the landscape. This rock is proved to be insufficient to cover, and third party pressure as well as usual, very, very lethal. Team 16 free agents taking 3 of those kills and comfortably moving in again. Do they have the car to do that? Yes, they have a buggy. So let's go into this circle right now. Very unfortunately, Gots has lost another player. Maybe he was trying to do some scout work, and but that is the price to pay, and as well as playing as a trio, unfortunately. And Gots, the other team, Beast Mode doing him a favor to turn this into Metal Shield so he can just sit in here for a little bit longer. OTB losing one, sitting on this edge on this west side right here, yet to get any kills. And all this crazy action going on behind you. Losing one player with a healthy 4 kills at the moment, but they have 1 minute to move to the next bit of the zone. They may want to just spread out over this north side to just sweep all these teams to grant themselves a slightly of a freer entrance into the next circle so they can come into the north side. MCES still holding the position as well. Maybe they will be the team to this is like what I like to see, right, mates? So MCES, they know that they've got a lot of landscape to use on the side, so they've left 2 on the outside to clear and to spoil it for the other team, whilst keeping 2 members very close to the circle as an anchor point. So once they are done shooting, Psycho and how do I pronounce it? Sishan. Okay, once they are done fighting, they can just drive towards the rest of their teammates and to get a very safe spot in the next circles. So this should favor them quite a bit, although they will need to be facing against this high ground held by YMCA and Beast Mode. But the resistance in this plateau right here is not so great, seems since Gods and the Kingsmen are only playing the remainder of this game as solo. YMCA having a crazy amount of kills right now, but with 6 teams remaining, they have suffered 2 knocks. But lucky enough, they've got this ridge line here which they can play. They may be able to get this reset with no issue, and there's another minute to go. They just need to reset this, scout it, and then find a new spot in the circle. But this is incredibly tough for many of these teams. Resources being burnt down, and Beast Mode just using the little bit of that position there to heavily punish Team Kingsman. Still, these 2 teams are not giving each other a break. 35 seconds to go. When will these teams send it in? MCES very comfortable on this side. They are doing a very textbook thing to occupy and increase the control on the west edge of the circle to take as much of that circumference of the circle right now. Should allow them to claim a spot by just crawling in as well as covering different defensive angles. And in the blink of an eye, we've got 4 more teams. The 2 solos are still hanging strong, using those metal shields here. Bangs trying to take down the solo from Beast Mode, and he does. Notorious just being blessed by that zone, and not sure whether that's the optimal trigger discipline to reveal his position, but it doesn't really matter because he was able to bring his team to the 2nd place. And there we go. I will improve as I go, as well as my first time casting many of these teams, but there we have it. Game 1 Erangel. We've got MCS taking the win. The Chicken Dinner with 8 kills. We've got Team Kingsman, second place, 2 kills. Got Ultimate, 5 kills at third position. Fourth position, we've got Beast Mode with 9 solid kills. Then we've got Behind You at fifth position with 6 kills. YMCA with a crazy amount of kills as well, 10 kills at sixth position. Only the Best, no kills at seventh position. The Tip Top Teletubbies CN1 at 8th position with 8 kills. MS will be, I'm not sure. That should be SE, right? So like free agents at 9th position, 3 kills. Got LT Latalis at 10th position with 6 kills. Drunk Bandits 11th, 1 kill. AMZ Lions, no kills, 12th position. 7E, 7 Elites Esports, 13th position with 4 kills. Spaces, no kills at 14th position. Then we've got 15th place. Okay, yeah, you know, like these team names and clan tags doesn't help me, unfortunately. Daruma, 16th position, no kills. Nyx Level, 17th position, 1 kill. Red Zone, 18th position, 1 kill. And Kuma, 19th position, 1 kill. Right, I'll see you all very soon. Let's take a short break and I'll see you all in Game 2. Welcome back everyone to Game 2. This is Miramar. Let's go through these teams again. We've got actually Got's Ultimate still playing as a trio. Good to see only the best back as a full squad. Yeah, it seems like we've only got one trio squad. Let's see how this play out. Very good work by MCES last game, doing some very textbook stuff to secure a spot in the final circle. Good split with that player's number advantage as well, being able to claim that win as they should. Once again, we get a very southern playing path from Impala towards Valdemar. So when it comes to the early rotations, once again, a lot of these teams, especially if they have this primary drop spot over on the north side of the map, they will need to know these vehicle spawn locations if they want to very religiously go to those drop locations that they like. Three agents, first team off the plane, going along that east road here. Impala claimed by Latalis. The Gods going towards Minas Generalis, and La Bandita with an abundance of team floating on top right now. We've got behind you YMCA, Daruma, or going through La Bandita and Minas Generalis. And look at this Los Leones right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams, and 7 actually. Looking forward to these early actions as well. And here we go, having only the best having the first knock, but also getting a return knock, and Sparks being confirmed as well. Beast mode still 1 down. No teammates are close to get that revive at the moment. And here we have it. The first circle going towards the northwest side of the map. It's not incredibly punishing, but with this abundance of team over at Los Leones, it's going to be complete chaos. There can only be so many vehicles, and it will be such an important thing for these IGLs to figure out when's the good time to pull away from these fights. Red Zone fighting AMZ Lions right now, so let's bring ourselves over to that side. Myro taking 1 kill, but having 2 knocked already. This is Saint Martin, I believe. No, I am absolutely wrong. This is... This is Chimicera. I've got a bit of a brain fart right there. Spaces fighting as well. Myra taking the 2nd kill. Now we've got Red Zone down as a trio, as a duo. Weed gets revived, and they can maybe capitalize on this numbers advantage right now. Myro using that high ground, but peeking a bit too aggressively. We're getting punished for that. But doesn't matter. Psycho gets Reaper, who had the side angle. Very good effort by AMZ Lions here. Just Sigun maybe a little bit fed up by now, playing as the last guy on his squad, but we've seen his ability to clutch some of these fights. Picking up those footsteps, knowing where the remainder of AMZ Lions is. Weed and Rebel incredibly low. Not sure if they have the Mets. Absolutely no Mets. Rebel with the DBS. Weed as well. absolutely no meds. So maybe this will give Segun just that window to do some work. Winners of last game, MCS actually fragging out already. It's always good to see some Picardo action here. Notorious being knocked. Very good effort by him or her from the last game, bringing his team all the way to second position, but there is no teammates around to support anymore. MCS taking 2 kills. This is about time to go back to Los Leones with this crazy congestion of teams right here. Anonymous from Drunk Bandits on his own right now. Where is his teammate? He is on the other side of Los Leones. So for Anonymous right here, I think the plan might just be to not give away any audio cues so that he can just escape from this complete madness with all these teams around, and we'll come down to that patient play, and maybe Wanted really needs to be on that vehicle's scout role right now to give the team a way out. Only the best still holding strong, although they didn't get their kill confirm and losing sparks, but they are on this wet side right now with plenty of time to escape. Should they want to, very close to main road as well, a lot of cars, 7E as well, that seems like a very comfortable position for them. These teams would not expect them to come from the south side maybe, and with this huge entry point into the south side still, so that will be good for them. None of these teams have opted in for all this northwestern side of the circle, right? Like, we've got this huge road around the northeast side that they can go for clockwise wide rotation, as well as western wide rotation. Montenuevo, if these teams are going to do a wide rotation, CN1 can be keeping them away from claiming all these brilliant spots around El Pozo, Crater Fields, and water treatment as well, actually having a little bit of action going on. It's not a very common spot to fight over in early games. Water treatment, especially with the amount of loot as well, it shouldn't be enough for a whole team to loot up. Kraken here from behind you may stab behind free agents, and free agents already suffering from 1 knock, and now they see all these 3 clumped in the building. That might be such a hard thing to do, getting out of this alive with all these angles covered by behind you. Look at this beautiful pincer formation from behind you right now, making sure that the rest of free agents not being able to get out of this house without being punished. And the teams over at Los Leones being proactive, which is what I want to see, knowing that it's time to prioritize that rotation over staying around that town, which is out of the circle, to have their resources being burnt down bit by bit. The Talus getting an eastern edge entry with minimal contest right now. Still many high grounds for these teams to take, and interesting is with Saint Martin being pretty open, they should teams come in to Saint Martin, which is actually quite hard to hold down, but they can loot up again, right, to Well, I had my thought caught there because just in the blink of an eye, only the best got stabbed by Spacers, who were very patiently waiting on that side, noting the movements by OTB, and just punishing them when they didn't opt in for that early rotation. Maybe there's not a lot of cars for them to grab as well, but that will open up this. Look at this southeastern edge right now, just completely opening up. That is one thing that favors team for a slightly of a later rotation, is to know these like edge, like the gatekeeping teams would have decided to opt in for something more central, so opening up that side for them to enter without as many resistance as we want. AMZ Seals still stuck in Chumasera. This, what I like to see, is also of such a common scene for these higher tier plays, teams knowing the power of center position. So should a hard shift happen, they won't be punished too much because they won't have too far to travel. The next phase has popped, and it will center over to just this west side of San Martin. Tip Top Teletubbies rotating in to this very strong hill area. With the Kingsmen, although with a duo not afraid to take this high ground position. Very strong hills to claim, and but very hard to hold as a duo. It's more important to just use that to use third person peek to get some info. Twist here, looking at his teammate to protect him from the other angles that he might be vulnerable from. We've got 7E here fighting 53 Ninja. That is a bit of a bolt split by 7E. If they can just hold for that little bit longer, the teammates can come in with support a bit more. Turmo getting knocked down is now a 3v2 situation in favor of Team 22. One up for 7E. But that pre-nade by 7E has allowed them to alleviate a little bit of pressure. Veins here being pushed by a very textbook left and right flank by 53 Ninja, and they will get the reset and the squad wipe. Let's look at the distribution of team. Seems like AMZ still the only team that is hanging around Chumasera. There's such a big town, there's a lot for them to loot. Maybe that drawn out fight has really slowed down the phase 1 looting, so they are just trying to catch up now before carrying on to this phase 2 circle. Stroud of Spaces doing a lot of work this game so far with his amazing beer costume, with the solid 5 kills. All the team kills that they've got is done by Stroud himself. Living up to the name, maybe? Latalis having that mid-range fight with behind you. Still around this water treatment area. That is one issue with holding water treatment though. If you're on this west side of it, you just get choked by many other teams who have this high ground position right here. So it's definitely a good compound to hold. And capitalizing on that is something that we like to see. God still as the trio, holding this area to the north of Saint Martin. Drunk Bandits losing another one, unfortunately, and that is the price to pay for some of these big splits. Comes down to the PUBG IQ of a lot of these players, knowing how to use the vehicles. They should have a vehicle each to allow them to do those quick small rotations and utilize a different ridge. And driving on that side of the road is just suicide. But maybe they can get out of this alive. Two in the same car, trying to use that ridge line. Will that be the saving grace? That will be. And get to reposition, and until the next zone, Drunk Bandits should be okay. Myro's been doing work this game for AMZ, taking another kill onto CN1. Though they've got that high ground, but that peak just needs to be a bit more tight. But with that high ground, they get to deliver that revive with no punishment. Losing one there would not be in their favor though, and this zone would continue to shift to the north side. Eris coming in, knowing there is two, not really want to capitalize on this one, just running straight towards AMZ. Psycho slowly getting finished. And Myro in the open, maybe that is just a revive that is too hard to even attempt. Back to this ridge line here, there is still a chance for them to make this work. Rebel with the off angle, covering Myro from a side angle to stop any push coming through that warehouse. 1 minute to go, and they have to get into the circle. This would be such a hard circle for many of these teams. I will be looking forward to Myro getting knocked, and Rebel. With that trigger discipline, that might just be the thing that makes it even harder for them to get these placement points. Now he's being hard peaked, he's got that nade ready, it has to be perfect for him to make out of this alive. If not, he will soon be pinched by the remainder of Tip Top Teletubbies. It's such a shame. They've got the upper hand, but seems like CN1 knows this position very well, knowing how to split to get the most out of this position. Rebel living with a sliver of health but not being able to do it. Going out of 16th position, unfortunately, MZ Lions. YMCA is making a rotation that I was hoping for, knowing that it's still a very southern path. If teams didn't proactively go to that top left side of the circle, it will still be open. So what I'm seeing, being very proactive, making that rotation, but we've also got another team, which is 53 Ninjas, coming in with the same idea. Able to use that ridge line to go even wider to this plateau area, maybe on the north side. Beast mode, going beast mode right now. MCES holding a junction compound which is pretty strong, right? In maybe 1 to 2 phases earlier. The problem with this compound is parking, right? You're prone to so many high grounds and hill around it, although it has a junction for you to choke, but it's very hard to preserve your vehicles being there, and the escape strategies and escape options are very limited. So since they are still on the edge, maybe that is what they need, and they just need to wait for a little bit to they may just need a smoke or two to maybe get up to this ridge and this small hill between them and the gods, and that might be the way they have to make this next rotation. We're yet to see though, because that is still a rotation towards along the ridge, the edge of the circle. They will have to head towards the center part of the circle, but Beast Mode is not going to let them do that easily. Three agents still in the same building over at water treatment. It's going to be very hard for them if they don't have the vehicles right now. If they pull into the northeastern edge, that plateau is not enough to cover themselves. CN1 driving into drunk bandits. Who is the drunk one right now? With that spoiler and overlook from Zeyi, not enough. Heavily punished. That is such... I feel like that's a big mistake. With this high ground position, you should be able to scout that pretty easily. The thing with scouting is you can't come to conclusion that early. Look at that position. It should be a very easy one to scout, but crashing straight into it is just very lethal, right, for your own team. Next level... Oh, they're actually another trio team. Son Goku with the 3 times on the barrel. That is such a hard thing to do, but seems like he's doing that work. One knocked. They are pulling up very close to Latalis right now. Will Latalis make the push? Strout being knocked out of the zone and being flushed as well. That zone is starting to hurt. This is phase 5. And it will center over the plateau to the other side of water treatment. Unfortunately, Space is not going to make out of that alive, and now Nyx is being pushed right now. What can they do? They have that little bit of rich line. They've got the rock. They can do peek and shoot, peek and shoot. They're waiting very patiently. It's very hard nade to hit right there due to just the slope of that. Taking one now, a 3v3 situation, so Goku getting knocked, Riffy using the car as cover, but the side angle he did not protect. It will be a 2v3 right now. If they can make it work, one knock, it will be just Riffy left, but he can't make it work. 40 seconds still. The Talus has cleared out this southeastern edge for themselves, but they will need to make that rotation quick because the gods are coming in to take that anchorage point over the south edge, creating this beautiful car line here as for metal shields to create the only the little bit of terrain. Heads up play to break down the tires so they don't get shoot under, but Latalis really have to move here. They've got 5 seconds. Do they have the cars? MCS and Beast Mode are still having a go at each other. 2 down on the MCES. And Beast Mode still going Beast Mode. Getting themselves a good dip right here. and still have the full team. YMCA just getting punished by Papa Blue right now. That is going to be a very hard blue to tank. Just in the blink of an eye. Behind you, Jerry, will be a solo. And Beast Mode here, although they've got this very good position, but that is the power of the spoiler. This is the importance of that mentality for this type of play, for this new point system. Although you are being pressured by the blue, but doesn't mean you can't capitalize on it. Drone Bandits just ruining the dreams of Beast Mode here by going Beast Mode themselves. A pre-smoke for a spot that they want to take, Latalis. They have been out of the zone for a little bit long, but they were able to make it in. Daruma will still has a duo. I don't know where the second member is, but he will be able to make it just hard for Latalis right now, and he just takes them down. 4 teams remaining. 53 Ninja doing work, still holding strong as a trio. 9 kills for them. Jerry going down to the blue. Now 53 Ninja is sending it. They know there's not a lot of hard cover still in this circle. They know they are 3 men up. They know they are strong. Having a stand down between them and Daruma, but they will suffer that not. Where is the cover fire, mate? Where is it when it matters? And then the gods are just laughing right now. They've got hill, they've got high ground, they've got diffs, they've got the numbers, and they have confidence as well as they just come in this way. Will 53 Ninja spot this out and stop the gods from doing what they want to do? 20 seconds to go. 80 meters from the zone. Can 53 Ninja make it work? I think all the positions are known right now. Bangs holding the side angle, actually having that trigger fire, just patiently waiting for a better time to strike. The rumor almost going down. That 3 times barrel has not proved itself yet, and but now it's going to be a 2v2 situation. Amel sending it in. Seems like they're going for a thirst. Will the gods be able to get a bit of a trait for them? They are clumping up. Let's look at Banks, who's they're yet to break through that 1 kill point for this team. But who knows, maybe this is all it takes. They would get that placement point, but they really have to execute it. Team that has that 1 team kill against one that has shown their fragging power. Banks getting knocked, and God's only killer left with a slither of health. He's got 4 first aid though, but no, he did not use that cover tight enough, and he will get killed. Strong win by 53 Ninjas here with a crazy 13 kills, taking this second game on Miramar. Gods coming second place with 1 kill. Daruma 5 kills, 3rd position. Behind you with 3 kills at 4th, 5th position we've got Latalis with 8 kills. Drunk Bandits 6th position with 5 kills. Beast Mode doing pretty well, although they didn't have the best positions, but they have been farming those kills. 8 kills, 7 position. YMCA at 8th, 1 kill. Free Agents, 9th position, 1 kill. MCES taking 4 kills at 10 position. Nyx Level playing as a trio this game, coming 11th position with 2 kills. Spaces, 5 kills, all by Stroud, and coming at 12th, 13th position, Tip Top Teletubbies. CN1 with 4 kills. Kuma, 14th position. They need to up their game right now. They've got no kills. 15th position, the Kingsman, no kills. AMZ Seals at 16th position, 5 kills. 7E at 17th, 1 kill. 18th position, only the best 1 kill. And Red Zone at 19th position, no kill. Right, off for another break. And things are getting to heat up, guys. And let's go grab some water as I do the same myself. I'll see you all very soon. welcome back. This is Game 3. Crazy Sanhok action. Seems like we've got 20 teams now. Limbo is back. After missing the first 2 games, they're back as our Team 23. They will need some crazy kills in action, though, to pull themselves back when it comes to the points. Gods taking the win on Miramar, but now playing this game as a duo. 53 Ninja, very solid. No, actually, Gods came second, right? And 53 Ninja took the win, and now playing as a trio. And pretty much full squad for the rest of the teams. We've got this path basically going to just the east of Paradise Resort, to this bit to the east of Sami, in between Sami and Camp Charlie. Pretty equal path given it's Sanhok, not such a big map. These teams should be able to go to wherever they want. 7E taking this Tatmok Cow area. Drunk Bandits heading towards this coast compound or even towards Hartin. Boot camp action is what we like to see. Limbo coming in late for tonight, but doesn't stop them going hard, dropping alongside Beast Mode and Spaces. Spaces suffering 1 knock already. On the other hand, Beast Mode actually taking 2 right now, and AMZ Lions fighting another team over at, I believe, is Painan. No, actually they've gone somewhere else. Getting 2 kills already, Beast Mode. 3 kills. Such a hard win for Spaces. Stroud being the fragger that he showed he was. Now only alone with the micro Uzi, but the BBS can be a game changer. He takes 2, but the rest of the team comes in to support, and they will get the reset. Yep, they will be in Painan, taking a double kill for AMZ Seals. Medusa subbing in. They've already taken down 2 of the free agents. Red Zone just holding the west side of Painan with patience. So looting up the remainder of free agents are dipping now. We should probably go back to this crazy boot camp fight. Beast Mode already taking 1 squad. Kuma holding the outskirts of boot camp, maybe catching these teams when they are going to rotate. Limbo, Daddy holding that north 3-stack position, not giving any audio cues, and with Vasi just on top, maybe that will be the cheeky move that allows them to start this game quite well. But Beast Mode having a lot of momentum, and Kuma putting in that distraction, and Limbo, unfortunately, although with the off angles holding from this south, west and north side, will be knocked, and Vasi actually being a bit too careless there, going on top, knowing there's a team holding these outhouses, and Kuma just takes him and confirm that kill. Only the best fighting as well. That will be some Camp Charlie action. Let's go over to there when Sparks once again, the first one going down for Only the Best. Chazo making that small rotation now to reposition, getting a different angle, and need to stab behind you from behind maybe. Jerry having a very nice overlooking angle, but he's got only a backpack, no helmet, and no vest, but that doesn't matter. Just take ass down, and maybe has eyes on Demon as well. This off angle is really paying off for them, and Demon getting knocked as well. It's just Chazo up right now for Only the Best, and he will be found, and just mid-jump getting taken down as well. Only the Best not having the best night right now, and that is just very brutal for them. Kuma, however, still hanging around the boot camp area, and looking at this shift towards having the majority of land over northwestern island. They've gone for a very proactive cross, which allows them to maybe gatekeep the other teams on the other side of the coast. Look at all these teams. Okay, Daruma still around Kampong, the Kawi area, still need to come in through that blue. And Gods and MCES alongside Drunk Bandits coming into this northwestern island right now with this very annoying high hill area, and a little bit of a team kill here between Veins and Turmoil. Don't piss off your buddies, or that might be what you get. But next level, pulling up to where a duo of Drunk Bandits are. Having this 2-2 split, 2 to claim an anchor point over at the hill, and allowing, should these duos on the main island still wants to swim across, they can provide that cover angle. So heads up play there, and DeVito moving the vehicle, maybe giving a lot away. So next level has definitely picked up on that, and they are just slowly pushing in, trying to choke out and definitely trying to punish Drunken Bandits. But that will not be the only team who will want to stop Drunken Bandits from crossing 7E over from this northern side as well, but found by Drunken Bandits. Meanwhile, beast modes are not done yet. They are still fighting with Limbo over at boot camp. The good thing is they're not too far from zone, and but there's only so much loot between 3 teams in boot camp. What can Reina do? Holding the bottom floor, one side, choking one side with the very much buffed and strong Molotov, while Yo-Yo heals up. We are taking too long. Let's have a look at Amel, who got himself an M249. But now only a solo, so he will probably just stay here for a while. And this Painan action that I'm missing, I'm really sorry, but AMZ doing some work right now, taking one of red zone, and they are both outside of the play zone. What can they do here is pretty big split between red zone, and Rainy returning that Car 98 headshot onto Medusa when Rebels been trying to hit red zone gaming the same way the past minute or so. Maverick going incredibly low. Medusa using that hard cover should be revived with no problem, but Reaper cheekily going for an off angle. Will he be able to get anything out of this? But those shots would give away his position. MCES. Psycho, that heads-up position on the high hills have granted them 1 kill so far, but the problem with these big split is if you get knocked, it takes some time for your teammates to come over, but if they thought about these splits, which they do, look at this beautiful split between them. Psycho and Shazan holding on to the east side, while the remainder just taking the other hills to just get as much information as possible over this high ground advantage that they have grabbed for themselves. Kuma, though, doing work. Still got themselves a little bit off the high ground, not as high as the bit that MCS got, but allows them to look over that bridge area. Medusa, so the Painan action has been paused, and Medusa getting knocked to the zone with 1 kill, but absolutely no meds, and that zone is just really, really brutal. It's a good call for his teammates to just dip now. They are still in the zone, and it's going to hurt very, very much now, since the zone will be brutal and continue to shift towards the northwestern side of the map. MCES, 1 player, right, on that hill to overlook the current new circle, but he is the only player in there still. His teammates are slowly coming in now. Kuma still trying to hold down these teams to the east edge, but they just really need to be decisive right now to just take a new position. If they hang around here too much, they will be gate capped by MCES. 4 kills, 1 knock. Where is this knock member? Worth It is trying to get a bit of a cheeky angle over this rock to overlook Hartin, but not able to punish Daruma enough. And the 7E making their way onto the center position, and Amel taking that wide rotation from this bit to the south of Chem Alpha here, but still making it into the void side of the circle, so he should sit pretty comfortably for a while. AMZ Seals losing 2 members, still out of the zone. 15 seconds to go, and they're 800 meters from it. Absolutely no meds for Rebel. How about Myro? Got 5 bandages. That is one problem with these fights outside of the circle, and I know, like, a lot of people don't like vehicles around Sanok, right? You give a lot away, and but desperate measures, sometimes that's the thing that will save you. If they get a buggy or a bike now, that might just be enough. But seems like it's going to be a very hard one for AMZ right now. Next level, though, coming in. Finding an entrance point into this hill area still. Gods as the duo, they are getting 2 kills right now. They are in Chem Alpha. So since no teams really dropped here, they can come in and they are having the central position, and they can just really pick up those loot as well. So they can get refresh gears, meds, and all that good stuff. And it's about time. Look at all this crazy action going around Ruins right now. All these teams trying to cross that Ruins bridge. Behind you, hanging around the bridge area, opting in for a swim, so it's not as easy to be spotted. 15 seconds to go, 300 meters to run. Do they have enough meds is my question. If I were these teams right now around this side, the kill points would matter a lot more. And MCES, they really, although they look like they are very close to the zone, but like these cliffs are no jokes, right? Like if you didn't find a good way down, you would just suffer a lot from 4 damage. They've been up this bit for so long, peeking the heads out, so see, like, helmets getting damaged, like meds being burnt down. Will they be able to just heal that a little bit more from the 4 damage. 15 seconds to go. They may need to make the move now. Next level though, what a sweet little rotation, avoiding the craziest side and using that little bit of ground here with these bits of terrains, maybe slowly sneaking in, but maybe the duos of the gods will still be able to make their life very, very hard. Daruma fighting the Kingsmen. Will that be a squad wipe? That will be. So very good action there, pushing in. Still got 200 meters to go. 7E having a very, very nice formation here with them spreading over, increasing the area of control over this phase 4 circle with Turmoil on gatekeeping duty, and with Rael and Sly being more in the middle with a very good compound, so they should be able to get this top 10 with no problem. And there we go, the Kingsmen having 1 player's knocked. MCES though is a team that I want to watch. They grab themselves such a strong position, but they just really need to grab this good time, the best time to pull away. As we see Psycho having 5 bandages, pretty damaged gear, and he's still 80 meters away, and he might just run into the crosshair of the killer. Just looking up this hill like they are training ground targets. Bangs taking down one of next. MCES losing another one. Psycho incredibly low. Su-chan coming in maybe for a 1v1. Considering Gods having been in here for quite a while, Psycho with no mess, if Su-chan can get this 1v1, and it could be a 1v2, Banks has side angles covered, then they can grab the loot from the Gods and continue in this game. Pre-firing that window, doing a bit of repositioning, vaulting out, trying to get a side angle onto Psycho, and he takes it with a sliver of health. He's got the first aid, so that is no problem, and then Bangs, just finishing the job. Papa Blues coming in. 9 teams alive still. This is crazy. Look at Turmoil and his teammates from 7E doing their work now, just expanding the control towards this coast side, slowly pushing the Kingsmen and choking all the rotation paths out, and they are forced to jump into the water. The positioning of Turmoil as that one player has made the Kingsmen's life really, really hard right now. 7 teams with 15 players alive. This is Sanok for you, ladies and gentlemen. It's just complete chaos. Behind you, though, still have 4 up. That is almost a third of the lobby. And they have a healthy amount of kills as well. 6 kills. And they have entry point given by 2 of the players as well. Kraken taking this coastline. And 2 of them still out of the circle, and we've got 4 teams remaining. Kraken going for a little bit of swim. Maybe he fell down there, and but losing that is something that they don't want to do. But because 7E has such a heads-up play, they were thinking 2 steps ahead, gaining complete control of this high ground here, forcing more than 1 team to the coastline. And behind you, although having 4 players up, they are suffering 1 knock right now, and they are going to struggle a lot getting into this next circle. So seems like 7E will be the team with that high ground advantage right now, and really want to see them optimize and capitalize on it. Turmo getting another one. Who knows though? Who knows what's gonna happen with this type of circle? It may go towards the water and it will change it completely, but Turmo just jumping down because he's in the water. He was finished immediately, and patience is so key. They've given away the position, and the Kingsmen actually not being punished for losing that high ground. They've been spotted again and again and being pushed away, but just because they found that little bit of ground just by the coast, they allowed them to punish 7E for being overly aggressive. Now they've got 3 up. Kraken there though, still trying to maybe get that second place placement point. Wow! 2 first 8s. Still somewhat of a healthy gear. Pick up the footsteps, doing a little bit of that pre-firing. Molly just flew past him. Notorious is going to make this living hell for 7E. Knowing where the remaining players are, he's just crawling in. Can 7E pick up on this last bit of audio cue to make it work for them? But the answer is no. Kraken, mate, got absolutely no meds, still trying to swim and giving away that kill point to the Kingsmen, finally showing up with a crazy amount of kills. A 12 kill chicken dinner for the Kingsmen. Behind you, taking second place with 6 kills. Yep, you can be done with your micro Uzi now, mate. Good win, good win. 7E, 8 kills at 3rd position. CN1, 3 kills at 4th position. Daruma, no kills at 5th position. 6th position, Nix with 3 kills. YMCA 7th with 2. 53 Ninja, after taking that win, coming into Sanok with 8th position, no kills. 5 kills for the duo of the Gods, taking 9th position. 10th, MCES, having that high ground position, but still going out at 10th with 3 kills. Free Agent at 11th position, 2 kills. Limbo coming in as the first game of the night, 12th position, 2 kills. Beast Mode going beast mode again actually when it comes to kills, whopping 8 kills, but going out at 13th. Kuma, 4 kills at 14th, 15th position, red zone with 1 after that crazy fight over at Painan. AMZ seals 3 kills at 16th. Drunk Bandits, no kills at 17th, 18th place. Latalis, no kills, only the best, unfortunately taking just 19th place with no kills. And Spaces 20th after losing that hot drop over at boot camp. Right, the micro Uzi is still going, and but let's make it stop, and I will see you all in our last game of the night. And I'll see you all in what map would that be? Vikendi. Welcome back to the final game of tonight. We've got some Vikendi action, which will be very interesting. I love this map because it tests a lot of the team's basic work in scouting due to the abundance of compounds all around. A lot of landscape play that we can see here. Just quickly going through the teams again. Let's see which teams are playing as trio for this game. Spaces and Gods will be our trio team tonight, and we've got a plane path from just the west of Winery towards Peshkova. Got Red Zone and the 7E dropping around this south end already. YMCA as well, but heading more towards Dino Park. I want to see a northwestern phase 1 circle to look at how these teams rotate, claiming those secondary loot locations. If they could Vanova, my goodness. Is that 4 teams there? Let's have a look. That's Vanova right now. We've got Limbo, we've got MCES, we've got Drunk Bandits, Anonymous being incredibly low already. Such a hard drop to play, knowing all those parachutes coming down like crazy. Latala's actually getting the first knock of the game and finishing one of next level. Seems like it's going to be a very tough one for Nyx. They are losing 2 members already. Northeastern phase 1 circle. Cosmodrome is very packed as well. Let's have a look. With Kuma, Pain being knocked. This is some Podvosto action, using that little bit of high ground from the roof right there initially. Pain should be picked up by his team. The free agent is not going to make this easy for them, but fights happening over at Vanova as well. Very good work by free agent there, isolating the solo and just taking him. Now we've got Kuma all pinned inside one building. Let's head back over to Vanova. Seems like there's a lot of action going on over there. Just with the blink of an eye, Psycho's the only member remaining as well. Maybe he can wait this out. It's not too far from the next circle, so that is doable. There are so many Psychos in this game, right? Such a common name, different spelling. Let's talk about this phase 1 circle, right? So it's northeastern. A lot of the middle bits around Peshkova and the hill areas with the center compounds in this center circle are not claimed. The definition of a white rotation for this one will be all the way from the hot springs along the east road right there. So that might be the path that these Vanova teams may want to take. Psycho getting knocked. And 7E just not giving other teams a break this game. Although they've only they've lost 2 players already over here at Winery, but it's now a 2v2 situation between them and Red Zone. Reaper grabbing that revive. Very slim cover there. And Rainey's just trying to provide that off angle. He hears where Veins is as well. Segan needs that healing up. Rainey finding Veins. And now it's a 1v2 situation. Segan's still incredibly low. Still spending that time to pick up Reaper. Beast Mode getting some action going. Already. Vanova, they're both incredibly low. Reaper. But Reaper takes it and will revive the rest of the teammates. A good squad wipe by Red Zone Gaming. Speaking of Psycho, we've got another Psycho here in Cosmodrome from AMZ Lions, the only remaining member. AMZ Seals, I'm sorry. They've got two teams, and these players rotate between the two teams from time to time, not being able to make that clutch. AMZ Seals going down at 19th position, unfortunately. And OTB making their rotation to Trevno. With no contest at the moment, Peshkova still open. Gots rotating through Cement Factory, and this Vosto fight is not wrapped yet. Same for the one in Vanova. MCES still up as 4. A good split to overlook the rest of the town. Saslan holding a good anchorage point here to maybe catch Cyrex out. But on the other side, we've got the rest of Beast Mode maybe thinking one step forward, crossing already to make that rotation so they don't get held too long in Vanova. And the Psycho in Team Limbo has made his way out of Vanova, but might be bringing himself just straight into another team. If you found a pretty center position as a solo, just be happy that you do, and just stay there and don't give too much footsteps if you don't have to. And Kuma here. Pain getting knocked for the second time. Still a 3v3 situation. Space is not having the game they want. The Talus taking them out around the castle area. Still on the west coast of that river, but it's very common choke point. So if teams scout it well enough, they can just strike at the right time. But Vosto seems like it will still be stuck the way it is for a while. Team Kingsman grabbing one kill for themselves to the east side of Cosmodrome, and YMCA rotating to the south of Cosmodrome and finding Tip Top Teletubbies and taking one with them. Silence goes down, leaving their team as a trio. She Baby with 11 bandages, not scared to peek and just punish YMCA for taking one of the teammates out, and finding themselves a snowmobile for the rotation now. YMCA taking a very good position in the center zone with very close to a junction, so a lot of choke potential can come from that. The rumor rotating wide clockwise, and red zone has the same idea, but beast mode are very, very close to them, and they still got 3 players up. I'm guessing this will be a north shift. I'm just completely guessing. I'm completely wrong. Like, to be fair, we see these a lot. It would just be a central, like, shrink of the circle, which is very merciful to a lot of these teams. Like MCES is still in Vanova. It's such a huge city, so if they were confident that teams have pulled away, they can still grab enough meds, maybe just 2 boosts, like 1 or 2 boosts with a few bandages will allow them to tank this Nick circle for a little bit, and then the sides of the edge of the circle will open up for them to enter with low chance of casualty. Hard win for Black Zito here. He's got a little bit of meds. Gear still healthy, but not a very easy one to play as a solo. Era's actually picking up those footsteps and will not let him get away. Finding another team as well. So doing that scouting work really well. Catching those rotations on the northwestern side of this bridge right now. The rumor, Andre doing some scouting work, driving around, seems to have picked up some thing over at where OTB is holding, so they for sure have that information now. Limbo Cycle still holding that position, praying to the gods of PUBG right now to get those placement points. MCES still in Vanova, finally making some movement. 16 teams remaining, still 52 alive. Not a very punishing zone, but these long fights are just hard to capitalize on. If you get a knock, it's very hard to get a confirm. If you do get knocked and confirmed, though, you really need to think about your usage of covers. Especially if you're knocked by a team that you already know is there just across that field. MCES coming in on the southwestern edge right now. And Zay from Tip Top Teletubbies nading himself or herself, trying to grab the remaining player of Nick's level here, but backfiring. Lucky there's no other teams overlooking to provide that third-party pressure. Black Zito here. Being spotted is not going to be easy, so we really need this Nick zone to be in his favor. But if I were Zayi and his teammates right now, I will not let this kill go. Vaulting in Ares, no fear, coming in to push together. Smokes being deployed and taking down the last member of Nick's level. The Rumor, though, fighting the Kingsmen. Where are the Kingsmen? Look at that beautiful nade, just punishing them for not making that small rotation, reviving on the side that they have crashed in. Twisters staying in that bathroom there, trying to get something out of it. Got one knock, but can't get that kill point. And there we have it. They've gone down at 15th position. Once again, not a very punishing Zone 3 circle. 5 seconds until it closes. A lot of these teams are inside already, and they may not feel the need to move out. And the problem is their ammo will just be burning and burning. It can be to the extent that even if you finish a team, they might be very low on ammo as well. That leaves them minimal loot to continue the game. Does the Rumor have an angle to third party these? Seems like that will not be the case. Rainy slowly pushing in, looting as he comes in as well. Pre-firing that second floor window. Just patiently looting from the outside, trying to pick up some audio cues there. Seagun would really love this to not be a repeat of history of himself being the solo member of this team. When will they pull this trigger? Reaper actually in the bottom floor right now. Very dangerous situation. Oh, I've got my head the other way around. They were the pushing team. Yes, of course they will be on the bottom floor. Grills. And his teammate actually throwing the pan right there. And this is taking quite a while, guys. Let's look at what Daruma is doing. They have come in for the third party and they have a giant split right now. Hydrogen sulfide. Sulfate. Okay, my A-level chemistry coming in clutch right now. He should be called hydrogen sulfate, I think. Sulfide. I did SO2 is sulfide. Sulfite should be SO3. Sulfate should be SO4. Oh, fuck that. And sorry, it's supposed to be a family stream. So excuse my language there, but if you touch my nerd button, I will flip. And Beast Mode actually making the hold pretty well here. But the blue is coming in now. Seagun reviving Reaper for that bit of a reset. And Seagun going very low himself. He's got the first aid, but that was not enough. Will they be able to come out of this head? Rainy looking from the outside of that window, going into FPP, trying to get the best of that, getting that thirst. Now it's going to be a 1v1 situation. He can heal that. He can hear that heal going off. Maybe that's time to grab that revive or finish it. Because Reaper and Seagun being that low with the amounts of meds that they have as well, they may not be quick enough to get a bandage in to continue. So seems like that is the core. They are giving all the meds to Rainy to continue with this 1v1. 45 seconds to go with them being almost 500 meters still from the next play zone. MCES doing that early late rotation, but finding their way across the bridge into the high hills of Cement Factory right now. Will this time be where the heads up play of high ground once again? It didn't work out for them as well as we want on Sanok. This is actually taking a bit too long now. On the other hand, Kuma just taking a win and punishing behind you from in front of them. Only the best pulling in right now. Kuma worth it, has all the information. Spotting one guy from 55 Ninja, have that good trigger discipline, not taking that shot. Pain in still. OTB driving into the hands of MCES. What a chaotic one for OTB. Is there only anyone still? That is the issue with crashing without scouting, but that is also, if we think 2 steps ahead, that might be the problem of a late rotation. Driving in, not scouting the first and forcing them to continue to drive. Keep driving until you crash another team, until you find that team that doesn't allow you to get away without that punishment. Beast mode going down now. That has been taking too long, but Rainy is still there with his 28 bandages, not able to save his life. Limbo, Psycho still in the game, and YMCA KR here. Taking that one knock under the zone pressure is the most that he could do. Very good knock. Giving Pain the pain, but Worth It will be able to come in to get the revive. Latalis doing work in this map. Getting 8 kills with 4 members remaining. They are the only... They're one out of the 2 squads that still got full team up, and they have this very good position on the edge. But the rotation options from here can be a bit tricky, so start praying now. The gods of PUBG will need to bless you for this one. Behind you now, coming in to this crazy area of Cement Factory with a lot of possibilities, but in that burning vehicle, will that be the wisest thing to do? Probably not, but this eastern side is actually pretty open. MCES trying to get a very good split across, but that means you have to be very heads up with your rotations, your small rotations and your defensive angles, and getting punished once again. In later circles, the better idea might be to group up so you can just take these wins, you know, trade kills. It's a new point system. It should be what these teams should be doing is phase 6 circle already. God, sticking as a trio and just doing what they are supposed to. Joining that firepower has allowed them to slowly push in on this side. I do believe that they are not scared of MCES right now. Saslan with the overlook for Sichan, but Sichan just like pinched behind that rock, behind that smoke right now. Kosti coming in from the other side with the overlook, but the cross may be a bit scary. They took down one, and then Saslan doing what he's supposed to do for that overlook. Now only bangs. And Killer remaining. And Latala still fragging it out right now. 9 kills, finding behind you. And just holding this edge position, crossing the road right now. J2R, not scared at all. But what is Psycho doing? He is just doing exactly as he needs to, and he is crawling. Will that give away his position? Natalis sending it in with a very good ridge there. Psycho, I think that trigger discipline needs to be worked on, mate. I know it seems like you found the kill point that you want, but his teammates are there to trade. You've got 40 seconds to come in still, but you've let yourself expose that position. But Natalis not able to return that fire because the gods have used their position well and just choking out Saslan still on the outside. And then he will be pinched between them and the remaining 2 players, I believe, from Kuma. Worth it doing that essential zigzag. Saslan taking down by Pain. 6 teams remaining. Hikuma with 7 team kills coming in for maybe a 2v2 between them and the gods. Daruma going down at 6th position. Worth it trying to breach this bit here now. Bang can really do his work now. He has the high ground. He has to overlook, and he takes Pain. Worth it now as a solo. He knows where Bangs is. Looping around using that ridge line in his advantage, but Assassin from Natalis is on the other side and actually exposed. And maybe that smoke needs to be a bit earlier, but there's no problem because Bangs making it work again and just relieving pressure on this north edge and just slowly using the high ground to crawl down. Assassin on his own right now. Will he be able to assassinate? And he does with the micro Uzi. He's going to come in for the revive. Maybe they've got 40 seconds still and they're not far from the zone. Will Killer be able to do the same for his teammate to get this revive? Behind you is still in this game comfortably in the other side of the circle and just trying to take this high ground right here, but Assassin goes down again. Oh no, will that nade be... Okay, that was too scary to watch. I've lost my words. 10 seconds to go. Both of these teams will need to fight this quick. 3 seconds to go. Assassin needs to take this heal and just do this run and gun strategy right now. What a timely nade right there. Taking down one of Natalis, leaving Assassin as the solo. And he is helped tremendously by behind you, who shot them from behind them, and Assassin takes this, but he will be going down by the blue zone. What a crazy final circle there with a 2v2v2 situation behind you using that high ground and this constant pressure that requires the Talus and the gods to make that split decision has made it a very, very slow last rotation, and they just got punished with that blue zone pressure. Well, a crazy game here. Well done to behind you, taking the win on Vikendi with solid 7 kills and 10 kills by Natalis, and Gots doing themselves really well as a trio, coming third with 7 kills. Kuma with 7 kills at 4th position. 5th position by Limbo Cycle himself, living in just towards the end phases of the game, picking the right center position in phase 1, allowing him to take those placement points. The Rumor at 6th position with 8 kills. MCES using the split strategy of high grounds, but once again backfiring a little bit even without the pressure of the play zone. 7th position MCS with 6 kills. 53 Ninja, 1 kill at 8th position. 9th position we've got 3 Agents with 1 kill. YMCA 1 kill at 10th position. 11th position, Red Zone Gaming with 6 kills. Beast Mode still fragging it out, although at 12th position they've got themselves solid 7 kills. CN1, also known as Tip Top Teletubbies, at 13th position with 5 kills. Only the best, unfortunately, not able to show up again in this game. Coming 14th position with no kills. Team Kingsman 1 kill at 15th. Next level 16th position, no kills. Drunk Bandits 17th position, no kills. 18th we've got Spaces with 1 kill. AMZ Seals 19th with no kills, and 20th we've got 7 Elite Esports with 1 kill. One thing that I like a lot, right, about Brute Scrims is they are very quick with the results. So I was told to just hang around to wait for those. So I will be waiting for that results. I will just play some music for now. And when those results come out, I will just show it to all you lovely viewers. Deal? Okay, I will be right back. That was a very quick admin work by Brute themselves. Here we've got the results already. So we have in first place, behind you, with 61 points, 20 kills. Second place, we've got the Gods, playing many of these games without the full squad, still coming strong. Latalis, that last game there helped them tremendously, coming third position. Team Kingsman doing better than last week, coming fourth with 42 kills. But look at this point separation. They're absolutely mental between the third position and sixth position. We've got 43, 42, 41 and 40 points. That is just, in the blink of an eye, that can change completely. But Beast Mode getting the most frags of the night. Maybe it is time to look at those rotations as well, to bring that fragging power onto a different battlefield that we've chosen to keep yourself ahead of your enemies. MCES Italia at 653 Ninjas 7th, Daruma at 833 points, Tip Top Teletubbies 29 points at 9th. 10th position we've got 7 Elite Esports, YMCA taking 11th, Kuma at 12. And then we see a little bit of a drop off in points there. From 20 to 11, we've got 3 teams with 11 points. We've got free agents, Drunk Bandits, Next Level Esports. Then we've got 3 teams with 9 points. AMZ Seals, Red Zone Gaming, Limbo Esports coming in with only 2 games, but getting some points there. Still Spaces, and only the best coming 19th and 20th, respectively. That will be a wrap for tonight, guys, and thanks for tuning in. I believe I didn't do too bad there. If that is the case, then I will see you all again for next week's Brute Scrims Premier Lobby. Hope you guys have a good week ahead, and yeah, keep training. We've got VODs to go back to. If you see these same enemies again, hopefully you have done your work to study and outplay them the next time. Once again, I am your host for tonight, Professor Tarzan. I wish you all a very good night. See you all.